Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. On behalf of His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed receives ambassadors of Iran and Philippines to bid them farewell at the end of their tour of duties in the Sultanate. His Excellency the Minister of Health affirms the health sector in the Sultanate is solid. Sultan's Armed Forces and Royal Oman Police stress that there will be no exception given during the total lockdown except for emergency cases. And 22 kilometers of Adam Hayma Thamrate dual carriageway project opened for traffic movement. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. On behalf of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs, received at his office separately His Excellency Mohammed Rida Nouri, Ambassador of Iran accredited to the Sultanate, and His Excellency Narciso Castaneda, Ambassador of the Philippines accredited to the Sultanate, to bid them farewell at the end of their tour of duties in the Sultanate. The ambassadors expressed their thanks to His Majesty the Sultan for the support extended to them during their tour of duties from His Majesty, the government and the Omani people, which enabled them to carry out their assignments. They also expressed wishes of good health, happiness and a long life to His Majesty and the Sultanate, further progress and development under His Majesty's wise leadership. From his side, His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs, thanked the ambassadors for the efforts they exerted serving the good relationships between the Sultanate and their countries, wishing them permanent success and their countries further progress and prosperity. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Saeedi, Minister of Health, affirmed that coronavirus is still spreading very fast in various governorates of the Sultanate. This spread is among Omani families and at workplaces. He added that the health sector in the country is solid and it utilizes all capabilities to protect the health of citizens and residents. During the press conference of the Supreme Committee entrusted to discuss mechanisms to deal with coronavirus, His Excellency announced 1,099 infected cases were recorded in the Sultanate, adding that 3,427 cases have recovered. He also stressed that death rate is low and the admitted cases at the Sultanate's hospitals represent only 7% of the total cases. The minister said that he is confident that the number of infected cases will drop gradually if all cooperate and adhere to precautionary measures and practices. From his side, His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Ftaisi, Minister of Transport, said that traveling is now available at airports via unscheduled private flights and as per conditions and standards, including health insurances from departures and health isolation for arrivals. He added that the residents need special permits to travel outside the country. He said that arrivals should be subject to health isolation for 14 days and should be registered on Tarassud Plus application. They also should wear tracking bracelets. During the press conference, His Excellency Engineer Ahmed bin Hassan Al-Deeb, Undersecretary of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, stated that the Supreme Committee decided that trucks weighing 3 tons or more carrying food, oil and gas will be allowed to move between governorates during the daytime, which starts at 6 a.m. and ends at 7 p.m. To this end, the ministry will issue special pass permits to truck drivers to allow them traveling between governorates. He added that the movement of cargo from and to airports, ports and land border points will continue to be allowed. He also said that factories that require to continue working during the curfew must coordinate with the ministry and must follow the mechanism set out by the Supreme Committee. His Excellency Engineer Ahmed bin Hassan Al-Deeb pointed out that a special coordination team consisting from officials from Royal Oman Police, Ministry of Health and Ministry of Commerce and Industry will handle emergency cases if need be. Brigadier Hassan bin Ali Al-Mghini, the official spokesman of Sultan's armed forces, stressed that the joint control and checkpoints have proven to be successful in curbing the spread of COVID-19 in the past, calling everyone to cooperate with the officers at these control and checkpoints during the lockdown period. He added that during the total lockdown, there will be no exception given except for ambulance vehicles, search and rescue vehicles, fire trucks, electricity and water vehicles, ROP and SAF vehicles on duty, as well as food trucks. Patients who have received short messages of their appointments must present those permits to the officials at the control and checkpoints. He stressed that ROP and SAF personnel at the control and checkpoints are experienced to handle and evaluate any situation or give access to cross to any individuals who are required to do so. Brigadier Saeed bin Sulaiman Al-Asmi, Director General of Operations at the Royal Oman Police, stated that people will not be allowed to move between governorates during the total lockdown, except for in extreme conditions, added that any type of movement, whether by foot or any other means, will not be allowed. He added that Royal Oman Police will activate joint control and checkpoints between governorates in coordination with Sultan Armed Forces. He as well added that the total lockdown will start on Saturday, 25th of July at 7 p.m. and will continue until August 8th. He stressed that ROP and SAF personnel at the control and checkpoints are experienced to handle and evaluate any situation or give access to cross to any individuals who are required to do so. He as well called upon citizens to fully cooperate with the bodies concerned and limit their movements during this particular period. Dr. Saeed bin Salim Al-Abri, Director General of Disease Surveillance and Control at the Ministry of Health, said that during the press conference that the increase in the number of infected cases is attributed to not following precautionary health measures at home and workplaces. He added that epidemiological investigation of the infected cases revealed that they happened due to visits among families and not adhering to the precautionary measures at workplaces, such as not wearing masks. His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Chairman of the Civil Service Council, today issued a decision declaring the blessed Eid al-Adha 1441 Hijrah leave for employees of the ministries, public authorities and other departments of the state's administrative apparatus. It will start from Thursday the 30th of July 2020 till Monday 3rd of August 2020. Work will be resumed on Tuesday 4th of August 2020. Meanwhile, His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Nasser Al-Bakri, Minister of Manpower, issued a ministerial decision stating that Eid al-Adha leave for the private sector companies and establishments will be from Thursday 30th of July 2020 till Monday 3rd of August 2020. The decision allows employers and employees to agree on work arrangements to compensate this leave if necessity arises. Still to come in our news bulletin. Liverpool players celebrate lifting English Premier League title at Anfield. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The Ministry of Health recorded 6 deaths of COVID-19 and 1,099 new confirmed cases, which brings the total number registered in the Sultanate to 72,646, including 355 deaths. The Ministry of Health stresses that 51,349 cases have recovered. Shura Council reviewed in its meeting today a number of requests for discussions and letters on the national program to strengthen economic diversification, along with the project of developing Al Arfan City and recruiting graduates. The members as well discussed the social insurances and limiting a number of oil and gas activities to the Omani companies. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al-Ma'wali, Chairman of the Shura Council. The Ministry of Transport has opened the 22-kilometer Adam Haima Thamreit dual carriageway project for traffic movement. This portion is in addition to the previously opened 240 kilometers portions for the first and second phases, giving a smoother traffic flow between Al-Dakhiliya and Al-Wusta governorates. With this portion of Adam Haytham Thamreit dual carriageway project, the total opened lengths reached 262 kilometers out of the entire 317-kilometer project parts starting from Adam and ending at Haima, located in Al-Wusta governorate. Liverpool fans gathered in large numbers and appeared to ignore social distancing COVID-19 protocols while they celebrated around the outside of the Anfield as their team lifted the English Premier League title on Wednesday. Captain Jordan Henderson lifted Liverpool's first league title for 30 years and first since the Premier League era began in 1992, with club legend and manager of that last triumph in 1990, Kenny Dalglish, in attendance at the presentation. Those scenes of celebration followed a thrilling 5-3 victory for Jurgen Klopp's side over Chelsea. Naby Keita, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Georgino Wijnaldum, Roberto Firmino and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain all scored for Liverpool, who moved on to 96 points and will finish the league season unbeaten at home. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main headlines once again. On behalf of His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said receives ambassadors of Iran and Philippines to bid them farewell at the end of their tour of duties in the Sultanate. His Excellency the Minister of Health affirms the health sector in the Sultanate is solid. Sultan's Armed Forces and Royal Oman Police stressed that there will be no exception given during the total lockdown except for emergency cases. And 22 kilometers of Adam Haima Thamreit dual carriageway project opened for traffic movement. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.
واخيرا صرت زوجتي يا فطعونية.
جمعة فعلا ورث 400,000 عدا ونقدا.
بنروح انا وانتي الكورنيش. نعم